Hello guys, it is that Panda guy and I'm here again with another video, and today I'm going to be actually coming on my alt to show you guys a little general thing about my heroes or whatever, and kind of saying should I focus on, let's say, legendary or epic heroes when I start earlier out, and if I do focus on certain heroes, should I focus maybe 2 legendary heroes or only one, and like maybe 3 epic heroes. Just kind of general idea to get you guys started, help newer players just get on their feet, because I know a lot of people struggle with knowing who to invest in at the beginning, and I feel like it's really a decision based thing, and everybody has to decide what's best for them and their situation. And I kind of want to explain a few things. So first off, you can't as of now, the legendary range heroes that you're provided, you can't get them until your region is so and so old. So basically, you're kind of cucked from the start when it comes to range heroes, and you're only forced to invest into epic heroes. So if you do invest into some epic heroes, it is good to note that you might want to invest into a range hero, maybe a Kami or a COG, nah, whatever. So that's just the first one. Second is, a lot of players are going to instantly default off to infantry. I want to say that infantry is pretty good. They are strong units. And I mean, you are generally given, I think, more infantry based commanders, especially earlier out. Also, if you consider the fact that rider heroes, you kind of get, if you're not a big spender, you don't spend generally a decent amount, you kind of get screwed because you can only invest in, I yeah, you can't really invest into Catherine. I think, yeah, Catherine. Whereas you can invest in a Cynthia. Where the fuck is my? Okay, well, yeah, you can invest in a Cynthia, but you're not really gonna have a genuinely good secondary hero for her. I do want to mention that there's an update coming, and it's 90%. I'm pretty sure that they're releasing 3 new heroes, 2 legendary ones. One's going to be a rider hero. I'm not sure about the other hero, what troop type it really is, but I do know that it's supposed to be another rider hero. So hopefully it does balance up the whole thing about riders and kind of be able to have 2 legendary rider heroes without spending money, because it's really annoying to be kind of cucked off at not being able to do anything about that. So generally, you're going to find a lot more people who are going to be using infantry heroes, and this is also really just advantageous for infantry players because earlier out you're not really provided with any ranged heroes. So even if you do have some epic heroes, if you're fighting a legendary commander with their infantry, you might counter them, but your trades aren't going to be as favorable as if you had like a range, a better range captain. So I kind of wanted to just mention that when I mentioned this. And I mean, there's just a lot of factors considering this, and I like to say when you're starting earlier out, it's probably better for you to focus just maybe 2 legendary heroes. I wouldn't really focus more than that, possibly 3. It depends on how much you're spending. If you're spending a lot of money, maybe you could even focus 4, maybe even more than that. I'm not really sure. It depends on the level of spending, all that. But I do think generally it's good to focus on 2 and maybe level up the other ones just slightly, but I wouldn't be wasting my stars because you got to understand, getting a hero up to 6 stars is not easy. Legendary specifically. Like the stars from 5 to 6 can take 300 to 400 of the really small stars just from that one little jump. So it's just a lot, and you really have to save up a ton to be able to invest really well. So I mean, I personally like Lee. He's a really good field fighter hero. I'm gonna exclude like Lewis, Naya, and these kind of mentions because of this. I'll mention them later on, maybe just because they are good heroes. It's just harder to unlock them earlier out. But I would recommend maybe Lee, pretty heavily on Raygro. I mean, he is an endless war hero, but it's really hard to place really well, especially if you're a low spender or a no spender. It's just not easy, especially in newer regions where everybody's fighting, and even getting in the top 100 is just bad rewards. I mean, you have to be placed top 5, and even then, I feel like top 3 are like all I'd really want to go for if I'm going for an endless war, because the relics are drop off so much after that. There's also Martin. I kind of regret leveling him up to 50. I mean, he's not a bad hero, but he is better as a support to like a tank or something, right? Like he's a really good support. I am on my alts because these are just heroes that I generally would level up. Even if I started on a new account, they're just really good. I don't personally go for Cynthia just because I don't have a good secondary for her, right? Like I'll either use Freya, I'd use Park, and I personally like Park more just because he's more of a tanky hero, and that's just how I like to go about things. But yeah, Cynthia, I wouldn't really focus her because it's just so hard to have a good duo without spending money. If you do spend on VIP packs, possibly level her and her little duo up, just get them together. But otherwise, I wouldn't really say that. So I'd say like if you were to focus, it'd be good to focus on maybe two, and then having like four epic heroes, maybe even more, just so you can have full squads, and then have your support decently skilled up. Like it's just so hard to have good heroes. Next, I'd say I wouldn't instantly go for maxing at level 44. I think you guys might have seen my other video where I said farm heroes start from the lowest, go up. But yeah, level 44 on farm heroes, just because they I mean, you want to max out their gather tree. Really just good. You will be able to get the chance of getting Tom in the roulette. That is a pretty nice hero. If you do want to invest in him, I do recommend it. Tom is really good. I wouldn't invest a lot of XP in Jaden. He is a decent hero. He's not extremely bad, but after his nerf, he's just not my favorite hero. I wouldn't use him in my main lineup in most cases, right? Like unless you have that extra slot, unless your Jaden's just really good. I don't know. Like he's not my go-to hero. I don't like Jaden. He's just okay to me. Peter's pretty good. I like to think that he's okay at field combat. After his nerf, he's not as good on the field, but he's still a decent siege commander, so I do recommend him. Same with Hank. I'd probably use him to lead rallies. I'd probably use Peter to swarm, just how I am. And going down to like Naoko and Lewis, they are more of a swishy. Like I love these two heroes, but it's just so hard for newer players to focus on them. And by the time they can, it's like you already have all these other commanders so much higher, and it's just so much of a drag to level them up. So I mean, if you do end up getting the chance, I recommend leveling Lewis or Naoko. Just really good heroes in general. Definitely recommend them. So yeah, we're gonna go down to epic heroes. I genuinely think Captain Russell is okay. He's a good farmer, a zombie farmer. Sorry guys, I don't know if you heard that in the background, just my dog and my mom. But Captain Russell's pretty good. He's pretty easy to max out, especially with the Russell event. As long as you're in a good alliance that farms a lot of those or rally those Russells, you're going to be getting a lot of relics, so it's really good. I love Lewis my dog. I thought that, guys, my dog was being crazy. But I think Edward and Liam are generally good heroes, but the problem about these guys are you already got a lot of infantry based stuff, but I still do like these heroes just because like they're so flexible. You got them as infantry heroes, you got them as garrison heroes. They have a lot of defensive skills. They're just really good heroes, right? I mean, I just love these two. And I mean, like until you get really good garrison captains, I do recommend like maybe Liam, Edward, or even Charlie possibly. I mean, he's a garrison hero as well, and he also leads infantry, so it's just really good. Oh, I'm sorry guys. Liam is a leader type hero. He's still not bad though. I do like leader type heroes because you can be really flexible with the troop type you use in them. Meaning like I could send range with Liam. I could send so and so with Liam. I can send so and so with Liam. So I mean honestly, even having him as a but yeah, I mean like they're genuinely good at leading all troop types. So having a leader talent tree is really good because I think like Liam would be a more suitable garrison hero compared to I mean as the main leader, right? Compared to let's say Edward or Charlie, just because he has that leader talent. And then basically that means he can lead multiple troop types more flexibly and do better than in specifically being a more based on infantry, right? Whereas if someone hit you, your ranged troops might be weaker with Edward in charge, right? Like I'm just saying like it's just better overall, right? I don't really know how I feel about John. I used to enjoy him just because like he was like one of those heroes that I would just do. He is a leader type tree. He also has siege, so I mean he's okay. But I've never heard really any feedback on John. Like nobody says anything about John. He's just one of those side character heroes, right? Like he's just nothing. I personally prefer Kami as like So like I was saying earlier, it's hard to get range heroes, but if you were to use range heroes, I would use Akemi as your leader because she's just more field combat like than CEO is. Like she's just way better at field combat and all of that. The same goes with like Park and Frey. I think they're both actually generally good. Like they're both pretty good heroes in general. I mean, I wouldn't really pick one over the other in most cases. Though I do like Park personally because his skills are just better on the defensive side and being more tanky as a hero, right? So I probably would lead with Park, whereas I might use Freya as his assistant in most cases. But I'm not really sure. I mean, they're interchangeable. I think they're both really good. And then the rest are gathers. Boom. So yeah, I think generally it's just good to maybe focus 2 heroes that are legendary, and maybe like 4, 5, whatever epic heroes, right? I think it's just good to be flexible. Yeah, but thank you guys all for watching. I really do appreciate you guys coming by to stopping by, and I try my best to make sure these videos are as I guess well spoken as possible, so it's as understandable for everybody. I really do try my best. So if you guys really appreciate that, think about leaving a like, and maybe even a comment telling me that you guys appreciate it, because that does make my day. Just wanted you guys to know. So thank you guys for watching, and peace out.